to perfection here today, right? Because moving forward, they're just going to have to be consistent while other teams like Alpha 7 have their double points there, right? So I think Team Liquid doing everything in their power to make sure that it's going to be a challenge for those other squads to come double points.
Oh, it's a challenge for sure. The good news is, right, Tiff, like Team Liquid, they're happily going to the international stage, right? They're going to global finals, like, or at least group stage at global finals. So they can rest easy there. Now it's time to improve, and I do think they're improving each and every fight because again, those just mythic, right? Those individualistic fights that he gets into is just chef's kiss, absolutely beautiful. Alpha 7 though is a scary prospect with their double points. They get to burn through theirs, right, when it comes to Sunday, but. Alpha 7, remember the last Aragel we were on, Tiff? Alpha 7 was the team that got a winner chicken dinner, 16 eliminations, right? So they're looking to go back-to-back, maybe a little bit of a repeat in Game 6.
You want that for Alpha 7, right? Especially with Mafioso. It's like, hey, just watch, find out. We watched, we saw, they conquered, but they need to be able to prove that consistency because at the end of the day, the only thing that's keeping Team Liquid at the top is their consistency, the ability to grab those winner chicken dinners and just take multiple placement points away from Alpha 7. Because every time you think about it, the winner chicken dinner, you're guaranteed 10 placement points. And if you're getting those wins on your double points day, it just manifests into a crazy amount of numbers, which we saw those two back-to-back wins in week number 1 for Team Liquid, and that's where they started to really kind of put those points on the board. And Alpha 7 did try to answer back throughout week number 2, but at the end of the day, it's just Team Liquid that's held out to be just a bit more consistent.
Let's go back to the start, though, right? Team Liquid's consistent, but remember NRG? 20 eliminations to start the day, right? We're also could get a repeat of that. There's a lot going into the final game, and I'm so excited for it. And you, out in the chat, should be excited for the PMSL Pass. It's active today to the 30th of June. There's a message pinned at the top of chat with the code and a link. Redeem the code with the provided link to earn 20 points in the new PMSL Pass events and be that much closer to earning the Dark Arts Gentleman set, Dark Legend UMP 45. Well, here it is, the end of the day. One more map to decide what the standings will look like going into day 14. Chat, get loud. Let us know who's going to take the final game. Will it be NRG, Alpha 7, Team Liquid, or somebody else? We're about to find out our answers to that question. Mustache Dave, Spider Tiff, take it away.
Hopefully we get someone else, because I would love to see some change of pace here on our final match on Arangale. But when you've already got an interesting playing path over here on that western side, you know Alpha 7's going to get their boots on the ground relatively quickly there, Dave.
Yeah, Alpha 7 looking for the repeat, like you said, with their last Erangel performance, especially with trying to hopefully shut down the snowball tonight that we've seen from Team Liquid, who have just been dominating. But talking about shutting it down, Influence Rage looking to shut down Hyper. Influence have been so consistent here tonight when it comes to points, and well, Hyper could be 4 additional points starting from there on a game of the evening.
This is crazy, because I'm sitting here talking about the momentum that Influence Rage has found, and they're not even on a double point day. And when you drop Milovan and push Federal cannot fall here, and Baton hits the nade straight onto him. Law with the knife, and just like that, in complete shambles for Influence Rage, who are sitting in that survival stage slot, and we're working towards third place in Go Gaming. Now your attention has to turn to Deathwolves here in the final map, and even Furia, if you want to kind of go that route. They're just 13 points behind Deathwolves, but at the end of the day, anything's possible.
Crazy. I was literally looking at the numbers here. Influence had a third place 7 eliminations, a second place 10 eliminations, a second place 10 eliminations, and then, of course, the first place with 11 eliminations. So Influence Rage have had such a great night when it comes to just acquiring as many points as possible, maximizing it, and just setting them up for success come tomorrow when they do have the double points. So right there, though, classic Hyper, classic North America right there, coming in clutch at the final hour to shut them down, baby, to shut down the momentum of Influence Rage. That's what I want to see from Alpha 7 and Team Liquid. I want to see them shut them down. Shut him down. Shut him down.
I'm on the bandwagon for Influence Rage right now. They were showing up all day. They were getting active like you were wanting. And now you're rooting against them, Dave.
I'm all over the place.
That's a hot take. I know.
The only team I'm never double-crossing is right here, the Death Wolves. Right? I've been on this squad since my very first cast. This squad has been a very standout team, in my opinion, come their qualifiers to get here. And they've been consistently showing up in this lobby, in my opinion. So I call the Death Wolves top 4 day 1, and I stick to it.
Do you remember that time one of the NRG players said you had a nice mustache, and then you bandwagoned for them, and you were like, oh, I'm raising the banners for NRG. My, how the tides have turned for you.
I said NRG page 1, right? What did I say? I don't remember where I called them at, though.
It's fine. For Entity 7, would love to see if they could jump up ahead of 9Z, but for now, we're just looking to learn, take those smart engagements, and kind of grab that area just south of Alpha 7.
I can't believe I just got called. I'm pretty easy. You send me a Christmas card, like that's all it takes. You know, you're on my list every single year. Like, pretty easy going guy. You say I got a nice mustache, boom, you got Dave's support. Number 1 in the lobby. I'm easy.
It's the way to go. But for now, 9Z on the screen. Granted, their win.
Horns. Yeah,
that's true. Their win came in drop number 2 on Miramar, and honestly, would love to see them have another moment of success here in day 13.
I'm glad they got somebody in their corner. They're Death Wolves, though, in Cerverni, so this is, like you mentioned, I love that you pointed out, like, now that Influence are taken out early on, this is the Death Wolves' hopefully game to maybe get a winner chicken dinner and really try to close that gap here. I'm all about the leaderboards. I'm all about the hunt. You got the storyline for the first and second that we can see is starting to widen here after today. And then you got the storyline of like who's going to clutch that 4th place survival slot, of course. And I think that storyline will remain up to the very end, probably the last game, honestly. Hopefully that's the case. Hopefully Furia could pick up some slack, though, as well. I know they burnt their double points day, but that doesn't mean they're out the race yet. Especially if teams like Influence, continue to get hot drop by like Hyper or whatnot, and they don't adjust.
Yeah, that's crazy. I still can't believe it. I mean, and Hyper, 4 eliminations for their efforts, and you got to think they have a 43-point gap that they need to overcome if they want to best be bold in that situation. But be bold are just 7 points behind Royals of War, and then Team Queso just ahead of that. So those teams right there within the 7th through even 10th place, I'll include Hyper in that for now, but it's kind of hard to do that considering Hyper had their double points day yesterday, so they would have to be absolutely flawless for the final 2 days, including this game. So maybe more so just that 7th through 9th are just going to be interchangeable, so it's that battle for the first page.
Yeah, exactly, and we heard that from Stars, just reassessing their goals come this week, and obviously the original goal was top 4, but now it's top 8. So I believe with it now being shifted, that kind of relieves the pressure, and now they're able to play a stress-free game essentially, and just like we mentioned from Stars, playing with nothing to lose at this point, right? So top page is the goal, and Hyper getting some early game eliminations, trying to secure that right now. 4th, two more days to go with 4 eliminations, so. 10th place. I think Hyper can do it, though. All in all, Hyper, I think they can make top page. I believe.
Ooh, you got faith.
Yeah,
you got faith.
455 was top page is top 8. You got Worlds of War. I know that's Reflection Squad and all, but I think Hyper coming on top.
Worlds of War needs a really solid game here, especially knowing that after this there's only 12 drops left.
That's crazy, right? I mean, how time is just flown by. Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're going to see our teams advance on to the group stage. One lucky team in 4th place will go to the survival stage to really battle it all out. And, well, Team Queso, in 7th place overall on the leaderboard, just holding on by 3 points. Have someone in their sights. It's going to be SLR, Woshans, and just a few peppers going down. Just got to show that presence. Say, yeah, you just can't roll up on me, buddy.
Yeah, and, the PUBG Mobile World Cup, with $3 million, like, that's just...
Crazy.
To me, that's just so many snake plants, right, that you can afford with that, right? Snake plant it out. And you already got teams like Boom Esports, you got Brute Force, the Money Makers, the Rejects showing up. So, survival stage, I believe Team Spirit and Vampire Esports are already qualifying for that one. So, there's just so many notable teams already showing up to that world stage that I look forward to. It's gonna be great.
All right, Furia. Set the trap there for Entity 7 in hot pursuit, and Artruzing giving us all the camera angles. Becker, though, going to be one of the first ones to allow Gustasi to grab that knock. The drive-by consumes them. This is just some kind of movie.
Game 6 shenanigans. It's always what it is. The land fatigue towards getting through some of these players, and they're just like, hey, there's a squad. Let's just go fight them. So, and this is what I want to see from like those lower teams, like just to kind of stop overthinking every single decision and just play some PUBG Mobile. And right there, in my opinion, that's Furia. Just not overthinking the play, and really going to begin the elimination in the pocket early game. Or I take it back. They didn't get the confirm for some reason.
No, so Franco goes over to the Blim, starts to hit the reset. Oh, just a couple more seconds to go here. Artruzing kind of focused up there on probably healing in the distance, but for now, able to double back, hit the res, keep that line of sight. But just as that goes through, we see Hate across the way falling.
E7 wipe out Furia. What a turn of events, honestly. Looks like Fate is going to be knocked, though.
Gonna be tough here. Blim and Franco here on your screen. Not sure if we're going to be able to get the res off on the homie, but we'll make a play for it.
Pick him up, throw him in the back seat. Oh, finally, no. Fury. Okay, now they're going to get the run over. Okay.
Not done yet, but there it goes. A couple more love taps to seal the deal.
Pop.
Back on over to N-Hyper, the ones who took down Influence Rage right off Rift. Here to play spoiler, here to control whatever they can. Looking for that information, because as that zone relatively centered up for our next rotation, you have to start thinking about what everything's going to look like for our teams that are in center here on Erangel.
Hey, Tiff, do you mind me asking you, I've been pretty vocal on my favorite squads. Do you mind me asking you, has there been a team over the last 3 weeks that's, really just stood out to you? I like that. That's a cool-looking team. I look forward to seeing them perform in that next round.
I think that's going to be both, Team Liquid and Alpha 7. I've loved the shakeup at the top of the leaderboard and just kind of seeing them jockey back and forth in terms of eliminations. But at the end of the day, watching Team Liquid just start being incredibly consistent, especially on their double points day, it's been quite nice. Now, I don't know if that's the cheap answer to say just the top 2 teams, because it's been quite interesting. However, just watching
I think
people...
It's a good one.
Yeah, I'm going to stick that. I'm going to take that.
I respect it. I think Reflections just sent me a text saying he's going for E-Bold. So that's a respectable one, too. But getting back to this, Furia trying to take out E7. We see some Molotovs. We see some grenades. Looks like they off angle from E7 downrange was spotted. Franco, though, the zone, the Bison, putting in some work. But Furia putting the nail in the coffin.
I'm gonna say, it's been putting in work. Not too much work there for sure. No, just kidding. They tried. There's only so much you can do in a 1v2 situation when you get absolutely swung on. But for now, Fate in the car, being free, like they said, straight on a 9Z just ahead of them. Here comes the rest of the crew. Chuko tries to hit an angle from behind. Here goes the isolated 1v1. Fate DBS in hand, and that's how you do it.
Fate has 1 HP, so NRG taking the fight up against 9Z. It's going to be Elite, the last one, jumping in the monster truck. That thing sticks out. But Royals of War pulling up with a third party spec looking for the ultra wide off angle. The play of the century right here. Let's see if it pays off in their favor.
Ooh, we need to pick up these eliminations here. Now, mind you, think back to their 20 elimination win in map number 1. J7, though, grabs a knock on to Cold Goat, grabs the knock on to Victix. It's the full, and just putting on the moves over here.
Got the confirm. A lot of trades going back and forth. Yeah, 2 NRG members bleeding on out. Looks like Royals of War. Tonka in the smokes trying to get the pickup here. J7 prioritizing the push here. Looking for some connects with the grenades. Gotta take them out. Gotta take out Royals of War. They're getting the reset and smoke here. And they're back up. They're back up. They got grenades and they're tossing their utility right now. The tables have turned.
B3.
One.
Behind we go. Can we get a second? No! Tonka's going to be able to hit that trade. At the end of the day, where is Spec? Spec pops in the vehicle, and here comes the third-party Titan Gaming looking for Royals of War, descending upon them with the quickness, 4 deep in vehicles, getting crazy.
The easiest 2 eliminations you'll ever see from Titan Gaming. And I love the call out, like, where was Spec? The off angle, not paying off, unfortunately. Spec is going to be the last one alive on top of Potato Hill now relocating. But Titan Gaming taking full advantage of that right there.
Maybe Spec just got out within, like, just the right amount of time, because at the end of the day, once he saw the wind of Titan Gaming just hitting that, you're just like, all right, cool, I'm just going to try to stay alive. I've got 4 eliminations. Maybe I can come away with just a couple of placement points at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's better than nothing. But as that circle starts to shift, it's been Team Liquid that's undergone so much chaos here throughout drop number 6 and down to a duo. Oof.
Yeah, down to a duo right now. 0 eliminations so far. We'll have to keep tabs on how they end off their night. Pretty consistent night when it comes to just how many points they're able to acquire. Alpha 7, let's see if they take advantage of the fact that Team Liquid are going to be down a couple members here.
Odds
Shots
on
right now. Yeah.
trio left of Alpha 7. One elimination in the pocket there for McGrelling. And
One was on to Team Liquid too, if I'm not mistaken, that 1 elimination. So
they just keep running into each other, that's for sure. But we start looking at kind of where they found themselves. They're in the next play zone, which is great. We do have that 1 remaining member of 9Z. You can see Elite there in the distance. Spec as well. A solo here between the vehicle and the rock, just trying to stay out of cover. But at the end of the day, it's Furia starting to set their sights onto Inco Gaming. And now that Inco Gaming is in the top 3, which they've been, but knowing that Influence Rage has fallen, this is their time to try and put even more of that point spread on the board.
See some shots over here from Inco on to Titan Gaming. Titan Gaming going to be in the south, and Assault Ayala, the last one alive for Team Liquid, kind of sneaking in the bush right now. It did get 1 point on the board, finally taken out, was spotted.
Wow.
From Red Ox. I mean, that was a huge one because Ayala, we've seen tonight, only can clutch it out when it comes to being the last one alive for the squad. So, Team Liquid, done and dusted. 3 members up for Alpha 7. Pretty centralized position for the time being. Death Wolves in the north. They got Be Bold out there towards the east side, and then SLR down a range in the south. So, a couple moves they can have.
I would have loved to see Team Liquid break 900 today. I know Reflections was calling for 1,000 by the end of week 3, and I'm like, okay, breaking 900 today would have set you on that trajectory. But for now, the Death Wolves that you spoke of in the north are getting peppered from afar. They're kind of regroup over here nearby the compound and set their sights on where they want to head just next, because they're not in that next play zone. Now, granted, the rotation isn't going to be that tough for them. They should be able to waltz right in. Or Be Bold.
Oh no. Furia putting in some work right now up against the Death Wolves.
Ooh, maybe maybe not waltzing right in.
Yeah, now it looks like they're going to be going towards Team Queso as well. Really trying to find a position. Next circle goes up. Alpha 7, Big chilling, and Hyper down there on the east side chilling as well. Bavaria trying to backstab the Death Bulls, who look like they're going to be rotating towards E-Bold here. So the Death Bull is just out there in the open in their vehicle. Going to be popping out, taking some shots now. Downrange. Everybody trying to get this solo member, flush him out for Bavaria. And we survive. Ain't able to make it in the play zone, but parked right on top of Alpha 7.
Yes, they're farming after all. Team Queso, though. See, Furia has finally fallen there with 4 eliminations. Milos from the distance, straight onto Inco Gaming. It's Gary, though, who finds a knock onto a member of Team Queso, and, well, the full comes through. Quite tough here, just staring at each other across the way. Now, neither of these teams are in the next play zone. Alpha 7, NRG Spec, Elite, still in there. Those 2 solos living their best life, playing small, playing conservative, just not really peaking considering the angles that are in the distance.
Living life. Living life. Trying to get as many placement points as possible. There goes AGG here on their double point stay. Eliminated in 11th place. Fortunate for them. Be Bold going for a wide wraparound. Going to be avoiding the sidelines of and Hyper pulling up here in the south. Looks like inactive doing some scouting. Alone here, not with the teammates of Titan Gaming. Once again, pretty similar story from last game that we saw. Just Titan Gaming so spread apart. Looks like Dorn finally going to be trying to close the gap group up with inactive. Calling for the rotate here. Be Bold. Now taking shots.
Ooh, straight on to Be Bold. Now, Be Bold wants to hit that first page, right? Just 9 points outside of Royals of War, who has already fallen. This would be the game for them to be able to move up that leaderboard. Same goes to say for Death Wolves, right? They want to make a play onto that 4th place position now that Influence Rage has fallen. The 16 points making that difference up in Titan Gaming. Here we go. The push, the knock straight onto David, and Redox pops in the vehicle. Maybe we'll hit that reposition, but Fran answered back with eliminations of their own.
Looks like 6 eliminations so far for Titan Gaming. Can they continue? Be Bold, like you mentioned, trying to put a stop to that one. Inactive behind the shack, using it for cover. Here comes the push. SK12, LaRosen, jump shot through the little window. Inactive preparing for what's about to happen here. The 1v1, inactive, a little lower when it comes to health, and LaRosen trying to push the envelope through the doorway, flushing out inactive.
Okay, Be Bold, that's what you want to see. But it's not Baton hitting them with the vehicles. Some toughness is happening. Redox on your screen, grabs that re-knock onto Fran, looking for the full if they can get it. Just chaos has ensued as everyone is just looking to collapse on the southern side of the zone. Whoever will be the victor from the south side will have the majority of the space, and then we'll have to see where stage 6 decides to move towards. For a limb, still trying to hit that through, thread the needle around the tree. Can we get the remainder?
Got him. Be Bold, 3 eliminations done here. Final map of the evening. Looks like Titan Gaming, 9 eliminations going their way. Love
Big
to see
game.
it. Yeah,
Big game for them as a duo.
And Hyper, 5 eliminations. I'm going to say big.
Fight that much more Inco. So it's going to be really tough for them to see if they can hold across all of them. But for silence on your screens, got Death Wolves in the angle. Now, Death Wolves only has 3 players up. Rataboy, DBS in hand, pushes up towards Revo. Prone has angles, looking to make the play. Grabs the knock on to Rataboy, but job's not done. We're still focusing the other members of Death Wolves. The smoke will provide cover. Caprice from N-Hyper takes the off angle, takes down. Oh gosh, the craziness that's going to ensue here in the final 7 teams towards this play zone.
Pull up, score. Trying to go for the run over here. Now we're in the smokes. DBS, P90, but they're getting third-partied from Team Queso and Alpha 7 popping out the smoke. Shotguns lock and loaded. Flushing them out. There goes the Death Bulls. 4 eliminations.
Crazy. Still 12 points
And Hyper.
in that fourth place. I know. And Hyper Stars feeling confident still have 3 standing. They have the most players left in the lobby because Alpha 7 is just down to 1. Maybe they can hit a res and get their numbers back up. But Titan Gaming, at the end of the day, that duo has 9 eliminations so far in drop number 6.
Yeah, huge game for Titan Gaming, and they got 2 members of Inco right in front of them, so we'll have to see if they can spot them out. Looks like in Hyper, they were looking for a play, looking to take the third party, but they saw the grenades from Team Queso and deciding not to take that. But Baton's still back here. Looking to take out Alpha 7. Looks like Alpha 7 going for the revive. Baton might be able to take out Alpha 7. Elite still alive from 9Z, by the way. There goes Baton. There we go. You'll love to see it. And Hyper 7 eliminations make that 9.
Alpha 7 eliminated with 8 elims, and Elite has been a solo since the dawn of time here in Erangel. Just looking for placement points, but still only has 0 elimination. And for Inco Gaming, it's Gary.
It's Gary,
man.
22 bullets and a dream. That's all Gary needs to get the winner chicken dinner here.
Hands up, eats the nade, eats more. Can we keep this pressure onto a limb? But if I'm Titan Gaming and I've got a duo left standing and I'm pulling where that play zone is going to, we are repositioning these vehicles. We are playing for the long haul.
See ya! GG's Gary. GG's Gary. Elite is still alive. Top 3 situation. 9 eliminations onto N Hyper. Now 10. 10 eliminations on Titan Gaming too.
Is this an N Hyper winner chicken dinner?
It is. It has to be.
Unless for some reason Elim and 9Z join forces here to, keep your enemies close to take down someone else. But at the end of the day, the space, the vehicles, the control here for N Hyper, you could send a limb, then focus on Elite. You could do it either way. And it looks like we're going to split forces here.
We talked about the change of game plan for N Hyper. Top 8 is the goal. Playing like there's nothing to lose. Stress-free. The words of Star here. 11 eliminations and a chicken dinner right in front of them here. That could put him in that top 8.
Just think back to the beginning of drop number 6 here on Erangel. Think back to what occurred. The hot drop onto Influence Rage to stifle their journey into the top 3. Now, they've already mustered up 11 eliminations. It's just 2 solos hiding from them. They've got vehicles. They've got control of the play zone. Now, you just got to figure out where they are in stars on your screen. Running laps around Erangel, looking by all the trees. Can we suss them out? Well, hope so. Baton, though, tries it out. Elite, unsuspecting victim prone on your screen, hitting the crawl, trying to move in towards the next play zone.
Yeah, taking off their backpack, too, and only 25 bullets in the M4. Gotta make every shot count.
Oh no, Baton. I feel like we're playing like Marco Polo at this point.
Yeah.
You're getting very warm over here, bro. Oh no. At this point, we're just delaying the inevitable. Those wheels are going to crunch over Elite at some point.
Does Elite opt to take the shots here? Hopping up, taking shots at Capri, who is going for some loot. That's a big knock.
I'm telling you, do the solos unite. Do the solos unite.
No way.
Baton down, Capri's full.
No way.
This is not good. This is pandemonium. Elim on 11. Stars finally gets the revenge. Says no way. But this brings it to Stars versus Elite.
Elite picked up a Groza.
Oh no. We've seen this before. We've seen 9Z do the inevitable. Patience and nades. We dodge. We move. We keep moving if we can. Back to the boulder. This is a nice boulder, focusing up on healing, but Stars is still looking for angles. Elite trying to read them. For the time being, we're going to hit that move. Baton has fallen. A major 1v1 behind the vehicle and another rock.
Absolutely insane. Elite able to make it to that crate, probably picking up some additional grenades here. Boulder versus Boulder. Rosa versus M4. Next play zone. Centers up.
And Stars. Oh my gosh, the health advantage. Everything. No more nades for either. One of these players is just going to have to stand up, see if you can hit an angle. But patience. Who's going to be the first one to move? And Hyper on 12 eliminations, 9Z on 0. At the end of the day, this will be an 11-point win for Elite. You can see Stars already trying to take some shots. Starting to take those peaks, put that pressure onto Elite. And there we go. The Groza comes through. 9Z with a crazy clutch for the winner chicken dinner. Only one elimination needs to be that final one. An 11-point